Hey, Pisces. Mel, Intuitive Coach here. Excited to bring in your February 2025 money and career reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Pisces, I have a feeling you are redesigning your career in some way. You could be giving your business a bit of a facelift. For others of you, you're looking at options. You could even be designing your own website. You could be learning a new skill at this time as well. Now, a couple of key themes that you have starting off, you do have the mask. So you may have been dealing with people who weren't being honest, or there may have been empty promises. Some of you also were in maybe denial about how smart or how intelligent or how good you are at something. I feel like you may have more smarts or more talent than you think. And I feel like that is worth exploring. You have the Fool at the bottom of the deck. So you know that you are smart in some areas that you excel in, that you thrive in. But it almost feels like you are opening up to discovery. There's a new part of yourself. You're wondering, do I have what it takes? Am I talented in that area? Can I thrive? Can I grow? And I feel like the answer here is yes. Now, you're getting out of your own way is what I'm seeing with the Rebel, because the Rebel can be about limiting beliefs that limit your abundance. And it looks like you're breaking out of that here. You are a system buster. You are a trailblazer. Some of you are here to teach others a better way. You could even be an entrepreneur, or you're just breaking out of the mold is what I feel. Breaking out of maybe even a glass ceiling. If you've hit max capacity in a growth opportunity, that's why I feel like you're redesigning something. You could be redesigning your resume. Some of you, this is marketing. I feel like marketing here, marketing yourself, marketing your goods, your services. And I also see you again learning a new skill that is coming up. So I'm surprised I don't see the page yet, but well, you have the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. But I feel like there is a new skill coming in here for you. You also have the Coins card showing up. The Coins is about money coming in, wealth, good investments. Some of you work in sales and finance. You could be getting a raise. And that's what I see. You climbing to the top here. You have the Five of Wands, and it feels like there has been a bit of adversity. There's been a bit of competition. But I feel in the month of, February, Pisces season, you are coming up with solutions. You're coming up with solutions to overcome some of the past obstacles or difficulties. I feel like you've been sitting in a feeling of maybe nostalgia, or sitting in a feeling of boredom in some way. And this is the time where you really break out of it, because this is a new trip around the sun for you. All right, let's dive in. You have the Mask card here. This is about secrets. Perhaps some of you, there may have been theft, like theft of ideas or even identity here. It may feel like you were not sure about your own self. Perhaps there's been like an identity crisis of some sort. For those of you that feel like you're going through a bit of a midlife awakening is what I like to call them. Some people call them midlife crisis. I call them midlife awakening. Check out the Saturday collective reading, because that's what it's all about. Now, this is about you being honest with yourself about the direction you are moving in. What is the direction that is going to fulfill you, not just financially and materially, but emotionally and spiritually as well, because you are now in the North Node. Pisces energy shifted in the North Node January 11th. And so you're kind of in the hot seat for the next year and a half. And I feel like it's hidden potential. There's that potential piece, a new skill set, or discovering a part of yourself. You are being asked to enter the unknown, because that's where the magic happens, is what I'm hearing. Enter the unknown, because that's where the magic happens. Now you have Einstein here, working smart. Like I said, you're very, very intelligent. You're very skilled at what you do, but there's a part of you that may not even realize that you are very skilled in another area. And I feel like you're opening up to that here. You're seeing some signs through your curiosities, what it is that you're curious about. Perhaps you wanted to take a class, or perhaps there is a role opening up for you, and you will put yourself on a course of training or a course of learning to fully take advantage of that role in a favorable way. It says, are you making it harder than it has to be? Sometimes the solutions are simple. And I do see here the Four of Swords in your energy here. So this tells me you could be overthinking something. Overthinking. Some of you are overworking. You may be ignoring the signs that your body is telling you, maybe to slow down or to get some rest or to stay hydrated or to take a nap. So work smarter. Perhaps it's time to clean house personally and professionally, to start with a clean palette. Now, oftentimes we look at January 1st as the new year, but a lot of times it's our birthday, right? Our birthday, we enter a whole new number, a whole new, level of our maturity and our wisdom. And I feel for a lot of you, your birthday this year seems significant. So some of you, it could be a big number, but I feel for others of you, I see you moving out of a comfort zone, or moving out of maybe even a period of disappointment or loss of some sort, because you have the Five of Cups above you. And I feel like this is a turning point. You've sat in something for a bit, and now you have learned everything you've needed to learn, and you can move on. Simplicity here. Stick to basic needs when it comes to spending. Put some money aside. I feel like you could be saving even for maybe a home. Some of you are saving for your retirement. I feel like there are easier solutions here for you to make money, or you could come up with a new idea to put your money in, a high yield savings account, or there could be some financial changes coming in for you regarding loans or interest rates. And I feel like you are working smarter. You could also be connecting with professionals who know a little bit more, and they're willing to teach you. They're willing to help you. You have the Rebel, which is one of my favorite cards here, because it means that you can break out of any sort of mental blockages. And we actually have the Eight of Swords in your environment. And that is a feeling of being trapped. But you're breaking out of that, stepping outside of the comfort zone, crashing through the glass ceiling in some way. You are that system buster, possibly an entrepreneur, or again, teaching others a better way, because you yourself are choosing a better path for you. You are a trailblazer meant to pave the way for future generations. This tells me that you're leaving a legacy for possibly your children, your family. This could also be the people that you work with, your clients or your coworkers. You are starting something that will either be named after you, or you are the one that, again, starts this, implements it, and it plays out for future generations. I feel like there's a creation here, or a system that you are creating that people really flow with. It works. It brings in money as well with the coins. Again, some of you could be in sales or finance, or you're just looking at ways to work smarter, not harder. And you could even be getting a raise, because this is coins coming in, good investments. You may have your money put away in certain accounts or IRAs or stock or crypto. I do feel like you are making some good choices with your money at this time. You will see growth. You will see abundance. So let's dive in here. Well, there's your Four of Cups. There's the boredom coming in, but it's in reverse, which is good, because this is a turning point. This is about you focusing on what's right in front of you, possibly, instead of what's on the in the past. And we also have that 5 of cups as well. Something has gone down the drain. It almost feels like you were throwing money away at something, or it feels like your energy was going down the drain and you weren't quite sure if you felt like you were going to get anything back. But the 4 of cups tells me there's a new sense of inspiration here for you. You have the Ace of Cups. These 3 all came out together. You may even feel like there's something that's causing you a bit of a headache. But what I do see crossing your path by Aries season within the next month, okay? Ace of Cups is 1 month. And excuse me, Pisces season. I'm not sure if I said Aries, but I do see here a new opportunity. This is a soul quenching renewal. This is emotional fulfillment, and it's also about your curiosities. Remember, all aces are gifts. And you see that she's focused on those 3 of cups that are over there, not even really focused on them. She's just bored. She doesn't feel very inspired. There's not even anything in those cups. And what's being offered to her is this Ace of Cups right here. You see that the color is of rainbows and what's in this cup is full. Well, there it is right there, the ace. It almost looks the same here. And I feel like you are opening yourself up to something more emotionally fulfilling after a period of maybe even a struggle to tap into your creative potential. Some of you, maybe you didn't feel as motivated. Perhaps you went through a bit of a recovery or healing period. But I do see by the end of your season, there's going to be a new offer, a revitalized sense of self and renewal. So Pisces, this is looking good for you. Now, in the deep foundation, you may have been in an environment that was very stressful. 5 of Swords, I've been seeing this card coming up more than I would like to see. It's not a fun one because it's about maybe manipulation. It can be a battle of the egos, someone taking advantage of you, poor sportsmanship, bullying, coercion, narcissism. I mean, you name it. You see the guy in the background. He's like, yay, I won, even though there's blood that's been spilled and tears that have been shed. It feels like there's someone that is always trying to one up you here. And I feel like you're just done with it. You're saying, I don't need to stoop to anyone's level. There may have been some high level competition here or some very strenuous projects or activities that you were embarking upon in the deep past. And I feel like you want a more simplistic life in some way. You don't want the turmoil. You don't want the tumultuous energy. You don't want to feel like you're constantly in this fight or flight. You know, the vagus nerve being stimulated, causing digestion issues, sleep issues, nerve issues. I feel like you are wanting to heal and reduce any sort of toxicity or negativity from your life. Of course, some of you push it out altogether. Now, in the recent past, you have the Hermit. You've been doing a lot of soul searching. When the Hermit energy shows up here, you have this ability to gain introspection on a soul level. You are a Pisces. You are highly intuitive. You are someone who is a deep, deep thinker. And when you start to open yourself up, crown chakra, you really sink into your spiritual path. And I see with the the Hermit, okay, Hanged Man. Some of you may have felt stuck in this Hermit as well with the Hanged Man slipping out. This is about you doing the searching that you've needed to do to figure things out on a deeper level so you can move forward. And I see that's what you've been doing here, because what's above you is the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups says you've sat in this energy, all right? You've sat in it. You've seen both sides, the glass half empty, the glass half full. There's been some disappointment, maybe even some regrets. Maybe you felt like you were draining your energy into this pile of nothingness. But look at right behind her. Again, there's the cup. It's like you have this Ace of Cups all around you. Why are you not seeing it? Now, we see on the 4 of Cups, right? It's right there. And then we see on the Five of Cups, it's right behind her, and it's colorful. It's an opportunity. Some of you may have an emotional connection or bond to a job that is no longer fulfilling. That could be it. You may feel like it's the only way. You may feel like you have to continue doing what you're doing even though it doesn't bring you pleasure, because you're like, Mel, this is my skill. This is my talent. And I'm saying, wait a second, you have something over here that you're good at that maybe you don't even realize you're good at. You can also expand on something you've already created. Get creative. That's a big message coming in for you today, because you have this Ace of Cups that's showing up all around you. Now, in the near future, you have the 10 Cups here. Now, it is in reverse because you've been doing a lot of reflecting on work that brings you joy. Because I feel like there's been a lack of emotional commitment or fulfillment. There has been a little bit of disconnect. And maybe some of you feel disconnected even from your family because you're overworking, overthinking. And you're like, I just want to spend time with those that I love. I want to travel and be present. There's a message here. Some of you, you're not present. You may be focused on work, even if you are spending time with family. Even when you're having a conversation, it just feels like your focus is elsewhere. So you could really benefit from grounding your energy, really getting in touch with the now, staying present. I feel like that is a big message here for you, because there's something right in front of you, Pisces, that is quite powerful with the coins as your outcome. This is the ultimate blessing here. This is also that legacy energy. When the 10 of Cups is upright, it is a sense of community, a sense of togetherness, emotional bliss. All 10 cups are filled. Who doesn't want that, right? So I feel like it's important that you stay present and grateful. I do see you being very grateful for all that you have. Some of you may even start a gratitude journal or start some new routines that help you feel more connected even to your higher self. Now, how are you feeling? Four of Swords. Four of Swords is R&R, rest and retreat. Some of you want to travel or go on vacation. Some of you just want to sleep. You're like, Mel, I am tired. I'm exhausted. My mind has been on overload, right? You have the headache here. Some of you may even suffer at times from chronic headaches or like temporal energies here. Maybe vision. I'm getting like vision could be affected. Maybe ears or hearing could be affected as well. Sleep cycle. Some of you need some rest, and you may be ignoring the signs of rest, or again, ignoring the mind that is overthinking. You could benefit from a good mind dump. Maybe that's why the Five of Cups is coming up here. Even though this is emotion, this could be an emotional and mental dump. That's why you see that kind of going down the drain there. So some of you would benefit from getting in a good, warm shower and just imagining all of your stress, all of your anxiety, all of your tensions going down the drain, just like that Five of Cups. Just ground your energy, and so you can feel more revitalized, more refreshed. Some of you are working more on your sleep, your anxiety. You could benefit from a good massage as well. So Four of Swords is saying R&R, rest and recover. Quiet that mind. What's going on in your environment? Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is telling an old story that is no longer useful for you in the present. And we see that with the Four of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Hermit. You've done enough thinking. All right, now it's time to, continue climbing is what I'm getting. And not just climbing, physically or financially, but climbing up, like soul advancement is what I'm getting. Soul advancement. And sometimes the way to advance our soul is to just be. We're taught that we have to be in this hustle mentality, that we have to go, 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 or always be producing something, always learning. And it's great to learn, right? We are all students of life, but sometimes it's important just to be with oneself, be present in the moment. And I feel like there is great healing and great opportunity within just being. Now, the Eight of Swords showing up here is saying you do feel trapped. You feel restricted in some way. This is about questioning potential, and it's going to require bravery, strength, and courage for you to step out of this illusion, because you can see that in the mirror, she feels like she's blindfolded, right? It looks that way. The swords, the mind is telling her, because the swords is the mind, that she is blinded, that she's can't see a way out, that she's stuck, that she's restricted. But outside of the mirror, look at her. She is not blinded. She is not stuck. This is her soul self. The mind can play tricks on us. The mind can tell us stories that do not exist. The mind also tries to protect us, even though we are meant to step outside of the comfort zone. The mind can say, don't go in that direction. Remember last time you got hurt, or don't move forward and take that big risk. You could lose it all. So I feel like the mind is keeping you limited. So pay attention. That mind is a powerful thing. That's why you have Einstein here, right? That's why you have the smarts. This is about you taking a look at fear and saying, is this a fact? Or is this an illusion based on some sort of conditioning that I've gone through? Because that is the first step to breaking out of some sort of entrapment. All right, we have here the Five of Wands in your hopes and fears. Now, I don't know why, but I did not pull an outcome. This is interesting. This never happens. I swear we had an outcome card here for you. Now, some of you, it feels like the outcome is up to you. I'm going to pull an outcome card, but the hope and fear is the Five of Wands. What if I stay stuck in lack of direction or drama, criticism, conflict? What if there's so much competition that I just drown in it all? What if I don't reach the sun? What if I don't reach that level of achievements in some way, because it's just, I keep getting dragged down here? That is a fear, of course, but you're determined. You are a determined individual, and sometimes we can be creatures of habit. And I feel like the big message here is to say, don't get stuck in the habit here of feeling like you have to either work so hard to get to the top. You can work smarter. It reminds me of, when people are stuck in a straitjacket, they start to freak out. They start to panic, right? They use all of their energy, all of their resources to kind of break out of that. Now, when one is calm, kind of like, any situation, when we can stay calm, we can think clearly of ways to get out of certain situations instead of panicking, instead of fighting and using up all of the resources within us to focus all on, the getting out of it quickly without using the mind. And I do see you have that ability to think of new ways to move forward in your career. Let's get an outcome here. Now, I'm just looking around to see if it flew off the table, because I could have swore we had an outcome, but let's look. What's the outcome here for Pisces? Oh, you have a couple of them with the World at the bottom of the deck. You have the Seven of Wands and you have the Two of Swords. This is why you have a choice to make. Are you all in? Because if you are, make that choice. Seven of Wands is also about boundaries. It's about defending yourself, standing up for your beliefs, right? Meeting a challenge and giving it a wink and saying, I got this. Non-conforming so you can live life on your terms. There's the rebel within you coming out here, Pisces. This is about you, taking off that blindfold. Sometimes we don't have enough information and that keeps us stuck. But that's where you are guided to trust your own intuition. The Seven of Wands, she's in her own little bubble there. She's in her own little world. And she's not going to let those Seven Wands come in and burst her bubble. And if you feel like you are easily affected by others, I see you working on practices that help you feel more centered, more grounded, and more protected. The Seven of Wands is having the upper hand instead of feeling like you're constantly feeling the pressure from all angles. All right, let's get a message here from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have for Pisces, please? Pisces, we have yin energy. This is the divine principle of receptivity, allowing things to play out the way that they're meant to. All right, card 2 is the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking cues. The art of conscious allowing. So there is an allowing energy, allowing yourself to see what's in front of you, allowing yourself to be open to the opportunities that are right here for you. And also gathering cues, as we just mentioned, with the 2 of Swords, perhaps there are spiritual cues that are coming your way, mental cues. Gather that information so you can use it and go all in a certain direction of your career or your money. All right, the art of allowing, and the message for you, Pisces, is this. This is a time when the most effective action is to allow others to show you the way forward. Observe their behavior and follow their lead. Your desire to push through must take a back seat for now. Collaborate and offer your ideas rather than dictating what must happen. Excuse me. Some of you, this has to do with control. Control, like releasing or letting go of what something should look like. And that's why we don't have an outcome. It almost feels like destiny taking place and allowing these opportunities to come in for you, but working on that divine feminine, really tapping into that divine feminine within yourself. It's important that other people feel like they also have a little bit of say. Okay, it says, how do you want to feel? Because another meaning is about releasing your need to have things in the form that you want. How do you want to feel basking in your success? Now allow the universe to show you the form. Yin is the sign of essence. Things may go more smoothly than you expect. There's also another message here. Because remember what I said earlier? I said, Pisces, you have the cup in front of you. Why are you not seeing it? It could be because you have trouble receiving. You stop the flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. You can't always lead, always give, always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel, and the one who receives the gift. Bingo. There's the Ace of Cups. There is the gift, and it's right in front of you. Are you allowing yourself to receive it? The one who receives the gift, gesture, or offer in equal measure. Open up and let love, life, abundance, and spirit fill you without demand or expectation. Just receive the bounty that is yours. I feel like the protection message there that I just read you aligns more than even the upright. Because I feel like you have these beautiful things around you. You have the gift coming in all around you, but sometimes we insist on being the giver, right? Or the teacher. Spirit is saying here, you are that open vessel. It is time for you to receive the bounty. So I love this coming in because Pisces season is the perfect time for you to receive the gift. This also includes accepting compliments. Pisces, how do you feel about that? Do you allow yourself to really receive a compliment? If someone says, Pisces, I love your sweater. You look beautiful today. Do you say, oh, this old thing, I've had it forever. You know, do you chalk it off, or do you genuinely receive that compliment and say, thank you, I feel really good about myself today, or thank you, this is one of my favorite sweaters. So pay attention to how you receive feedback or compliments, because if you struggle in that area, then this is definitely a message for you. All right, let's get a few messages from your spirit animals. And at this time, if you can safely do so, Pisces, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. Nice big inhale. Hold it as long as you can. And release through the mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal that shows up in your mind's eye. Now, this could be an animal that flies high in the sky, perhaps an animal that swims deep in the sea. Your animal could be wild, domesticated, mystical, or magical. It could be a pet that you have at home, by your side. Maybe they've crossed over the rainbow bridge. This could even be an animal that's crossed your path recently in the great outdoors, or has come to you through your dreams or meditations. And if you need a moment, Pisces, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of the month and post right back here on the channel, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below. And be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, let's see. We have card 9. We are in a 9 year. So 9s are about completions, but also you have a double message here. Brown Bear says, take a time out. Some of you are working really, really hard at producing, right? Producing, action, hustle. Excuse me. This is about you taking that time to just be. Some of you could be born on the 9th. You may be 60 years old, 35 years old, or born on the 1st. So Brown Bear Spirit reminds you to take some time out. You have Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. For those of you that are wanting to embrace this hermit side of you, right? For those of you that want to really take the lessons, the internal advice, the spiritual knowledge, I feel like it is important for you to open up that third eye and that crown chakra. Really go within at this time and reconnect to yourself, because some of you feel a little bit disconnected. And I do see Swan says, all right, let's go within, because we may need to go into this deep dive energy to either take time out, right? Or to really connect with oneself. So time for a deep dive for you, Pisces. Next, you have Koala. Koala Spirit has a plan. Beautiful. Like I said earlier, there is a destined outcome here for you, but I also feel like there's a choice that you must make. All right, free will. We all have free will, but the fact that you had a missing outcome was quite interesting. That does not happen very often. And I'm even looking around to see maybe it went someplace else, but I feel like the message is, Spirit has a plan. Trust. Maybe you don't need to know the outcome here, but just taking the time to stay present, and things are going to start to flow in a forward momentum or movement for you. And then lastly, we have Ant Spirit. Collaboration. It feels like after a time of pause, after a time of reflection here, there is a missing puzzle piece coming together. The ants are all about collaboration and teamwork. So I do feel here by, I want to say, Aries season, which comes right after you. It's the beginning of the astrological new year. This is about bringing things together. The spring is reawakening an energy here. And I do feel like you have everything you need to complete or wrap up a puzzle in order for you to move forward in your career. I like this. There's also something that you are bringing together, you're creating, and I feel like there's resources coming in. You may see some of these resources physically in the month of March, okay? Last but not least, let's get a message from your soul's truth. What do we have here for your soul's truth? We have, what expectations do you have that are impossible to meet? The expectations that we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Today's soul action, be grateful. You are being summoned to more peace. Peace is home for our soul, and it is accompanied by trust. It comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. So this does talk about peace, which we mentioned earlier. It talks about control, which we also talked about. And I also like that you are focusing on what's right in front of you, the gratitude piece. So you are being summoned to more of that peace and trusting the process, trusting in the unknown. Did we say that in the very beginning of your reading as well? Because that could be the outcome. The outcome is you embracing the unknown, and that may be scary. That could be what holds you back from taking action or stopping. Sometimes we work, or we constantly busy our minds or busy our schedules or busy our space because we fear what happens when we slow down. And I feel like there is that pause, there is that rest, renewal during your season. And then I see you bringing everything together. There could be a new offer. There could be financial abundance. There may be some changes in how you view your work. There could be some new creative inspirations that show up for you, where if you've been doubting or if you've been stuck in a lack mentality or lack of motivation or potential, I feel like you have the ability to turn things around here and to really open up to the Ace of Cups that is present all around you. All right. It's all around you. You have to be open to receiving it. Pisces, that is what I have for you, beautiful souls. If you like the message, please hit that thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and do drop your power animals to be entered into the giveaway. Lots of love.